Hey, coordinated this life of Nia. Why is it so dark? There we go. Hey guys, I know y'all like, where this girl at? So I'm a little behind because today, some of y'all are not in the challenge, but some of you guys are. We just came over from the private exclusive group where we're on day 3 of our 5-day challenge. So I had to kind of wrap that up and then reset my stuff so I can come over here. Thank you for joining over here on TikTok. So we're actually going live on TikTok because TikTok, we've been doing extremely well over here with the draping tips and draping videos. And I kind of want to give the audience over on this platform a little insight into my craziness, right? Because they don't really know I'm crazy over there. They just think I'm informative, right? But y'all over here on YouTube, most of you guys know. Definitely my tribe over there on Facebook, no. Did I go? I couldn't do Facebook. Facebook be tripping, y'all. So I really don't want to play with Facebook because they may, I don't know. I don't know if they a little mad because we on other platforms, but they don't be playing fair all the time. So we're gonna see what they do. And I'm not even gonna fool with Instagram because Instagram always mutes my audio. So tonight, guys, we're gonna talk about self-discipline, right? And some just how you can take better care of yourself. I know some of you guys over here saw like my little post last night when on day 2 of our challenge. After the challenge, I just came home and I just felt really, really good. Like I kept seeing all the amazing ladies post just different. They was posting their homework in the challenge and stuff, and it just was a really, really good feeling. So I went on ahead and I batched me up some little DIY facial scrub, and it was fun. Now I don't take care of. I am one of probably. It's funny because Doc laugh about it, or well, he used to laugh about it. I don't really do all of the. I know a lot of y'all probably think I'm girly, but I don't do a lot of the skincare routines, and I don't got time for all that. I really don't. But when you join that 40 and over club, I'm your girl a little scared. Like I want to make sure that I'm taken care of. Like, I don't want everything to start falling south. So see, Facebook not acting right. So I'm gonna get off of Facebook, come back over here. So I just now I'm interested in starting to really take good care of my skin. But I don't even know where to start. I had so many different recommendations from y'all yesterday. I'm like, Lord, these people gonna have Amazon at my door every day delivering something, or me in the daggone supermarket, or we don't even have supermarkets, or in the Walmart. So today, guys, I got my juicer, right? So some of the new things I've been doing to just try and get back up in my game, on my game. I can't be sitting here telling y'all about self-discipline and I ain't doing it too. So about when I was back home in Baltimore, I don't know, probably about 2 weeks ago, I had stumbled across some sea moss while me and my son was in the mall, and we tried it. Some of y'all saw that video. That didn't go too good because I tried it right out of the jar, and yeah, it was sea moss gel, and I ain't really like it, but I wasn't ready to give up, right? I wasn't ready to give up because it just had too many benefits, right? So brought it home, finally came home, and I said, well, I wasn't gonna try it no more until I came home until I could put it in an actual smoothie. So that's what I did. Guys, I don't know if I took too much. I don't know what happened because my jaw was gone that week. I had the little mason jar. It was gone. So I was like, oh man. So I didn't really want to order again from that particular vendor and like have it shipped here and all that good stuff. So I started looking for alternatives. You guys start telling me about great alternatives I was about to seek out, right? Then we went to LA. We went to LA a few days ago, and we again stumbled upon some sea moss. And it's funny because I was only getting some sage for my daughter. Now Kayla is into this kumbaya thing, sage the area, get out the spirits, love yourself sense, all that. So it was like, okay, cool, let's pick her up some sage. And then we see the sea moss again, but this time it's like in its rare form, or the whatever that's called. So I'm like, this will be fun. So we got it, came home, and I went to attempt to make my own gel. That ain't turned out too well because I only had here I only had the NutriBullet, and I guess the processor is not strong enough or whatever to really rip that stuff up. So I had ended up ordering me another processor, right? That ain't come here yet, so I'm a little frustrated about that. But then I started talking to my bestie, right? She been on her little juicing thing. So guess what? I ordered me a juicer. Guys, and I ordered the little plastic jars so that way I can prepare my juicing and like just. I ain't gonna prepare a lot because I don't know how long that's gonna go. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it though. So I got the jars, but the juicer came today. I got nothing to juice. So I'm like a little disturbed because by the time I finish this live, it'll be too late for me to run to Walmart. But I'm like a kid in the candy store, like or a kid on Christmas. I really just want to play with my gadgets. I really do. My other blender for me to rip up my sea moss and turn it into gels, it said it won't come to Saturday. I don't know, Amazon Prime, y'all need to get it together. I don't pay all that money, although it's only $9. But so what? I don't pay that every month for y'all to take a whole week to give me my stuff. They said 2 days a day. That's what I'm expecting. But it comes Saturday. So hopefully if I can go to Walmart and they have one there, the NutriBullet thing, I'm just going to buy it and I'm going to cancel the Amazon because I need my stuff now. Did I tell y'all I was impatient? Yeah, I am. Okay, so that's like some of the things that I'm doing right now to kind of boost up my not just discipline, but also self-care. So I did my little facial scrub, my little DIY stuff. Fussing with Kayla because she trying to tell me what products to put in myself. Like, girl, me and your skin ain't the same. I know what I want. I know what I need. She want to go and put all this stuff in there. Like, I don't need all that. So it's funny because she made, not only did we do a face scrub, but we did she did rather, a body scrub. And at first I was like, you messed it up. I don't like the consistency, right? Because I want mine's like coarse, right? Because I don't know. I want to feel like something coming off my skin. But she put all this stuff in it, body wash and oils. And I'm like, girl, that's a lot. So anyway, when I went to use it that night, guys, we made this, I don't know, since I've been home. This day Wednesday, so we must have made it Monday. I never used it 3 times. Because it feels so good. Like, where have this stuff been my entire life? Like, what was I doing with my life where I wasn't being a whole girl? I wasn't. I'm just not my thing. They see you in the mirror. Like, I'm serious. So, like, what was I? So I got the business account, Monica. I think it's $8.99, girl. I don't know. I thought it was. I got checked. We got to check. But so yeah, so we made that. And it feels really, 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 really good. And even when I put the face scrub thing on, God, now I am a oily chick. I am an oil bird. I am. And I have big pores, right? I never really cared about that stuff. I never really did care. I'm like, all right, just cover it up. Boof, be gone. But now I'm getting like the lines because, you know, your girl getting up there a little bit. And I just realistically, I just want to always look fresh, even when I don't have on makeup. Because y'all may think I wear makeup every day. She don't. So I love when I have on a fresh wash face. I still look cute, but the girl getting a little old. So I'm like, all right, let's make sure this stay a little toned up. And it's funny because when I used to go to my brow chick back home, and she was an esthetician, and she would tell me, she said, Precious, just let me, she said, you'll see a big difference. And I'm like, girl, I look cute. What you mean? I don't need nothing. But she was just saying how oily my skin was and how she needed to extract or whatever the esthetician say. I wasn't listening then, but I sure wish she was here now. So I'm like on this path of not only self-care and self-discipline, just all around wholesome, just taking care of myself. Because for one, I am older. But for 2, I'm living my best life right now. Like, I can't not take care of myself and not enhance the great feeling I already have because I got to take care of the vessel, right? So that's why I just thought this was one of the good things to talk about, because I know what it's like to be a full-time business owner. You guys been in the trenches with me. Y'all see when I'm in the office sometimes 12 midnight, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I ain't go to sleep. I be on my Beyonce stuff, like ain't eat, sleep in 2 days. Been there, done that. I don't plan on doing that no more. You never know. But I don't plan on doing it no more. Okay. So I know that we talk a lot about being overworked, just overwhelmed. We always put ourselves on the back burner, and I get it. But girl, you gotta stop. I'm just trying to tell you. You gotta stop. Wait a minute, sunshine. Hold on. You said what? Freeze your fruit in Ziplocs and then take them out of the freezer and then throw them in the blender. Oh yeah. So the new one I ordered. Well, long story short, I am the throwaway queen, right? But ask me first. So I'm the throwaway queen. Like if it's like clutter, I'd be like, just throw it all away. So long story short, I had a very good NutriBullet. Like it was good. And I had it for a while. And I'm running around one day looking for my NutriBullet for a smoothie and can't find it nowhere. And it's funny because just the base part though, can't find it nowhere. Now between me and Kayla, we really the only ones to do the smoothie. So I'm like hounding her, like, where's my thing? I know you had it. Where's that? And so it's funny because then I finally get the doctor. I'm like, you're saying my NutriBullet? He like, you talking about the thing that was sitting right there? I said, yeah. He said, you said throw it away. No, I didn't. No, that was my Bible because I was doing smoothies every day. So I was a little disturbed from that. But I had a backup, like this little teeny neutral thing, like a little one. That one not strong enough. So that's what I've been using. And I didn't know it wasn't strong enough till I got the CMOS. So I'm waiting for my new one, my replacement. But what you saying, sunshine, I do that. So if I see my fruit, like, you know, sometimes I know my bananas may go bad. I'll just cut them up. I put them in the freezer and I'll do exactly what you just said because I like my smoothies cold. Like if it ain't cold, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Y'all know I'm a texture person. Like I can't have warm, thick stuff in my mouth. It's just something about it being warm. And then I put all kind of fruit and don't let it be a seed. Like, oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. I bought some guava the other day and put it in there. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I ended up throwing the whole thing out. Like, I can't do that. So that's what I do, sunshine. I freeze the fruit. So that way I make sure it's cold. Let Kayla do this thing with her scrub. Never know what she's cooking up for the future. Big scrub. No, sunshine. Because we already did that. Been there, did that. Kayla had a whole business. Kayla has a business. Kayla has already launched 3 different things under her business and haven't stuck to any of them. I ain't mad though, because she's figured it out. But I ain't gonna keep buying these products for you to be playing around. All right, guys. All right, so we're gonna get into it. I just want to say thank you guys for being here. It may be some new guys. It's going to be people on TikTok kind of bouncing in and out all through the night, but I'm really only on TikTok so they can kind of get familiar with the brand and with my craziness because that's just how I roll, right? Over here on YouTube, y'all already know what it is. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Let her buy it herself. So that be the plan, sunshine. That be the plan. But Kayla got this thing, right? She the type that'll leave her credit cards home, and she always do the "I pay you back." And y'all know me. Yeah, see, she's slick. See, y'all know me. I will forget that she owe me, but I'm gonna start tallying it up because she'll like, you wanna know what? I left my credit card home. Oh my god, can you just get it and I'll get you? Or can I just order this for? That's just how she's slick. She's slick. She get it from her mama though. But I want to ask you guys, so what are some of the best ways that you guys are practicing self-discipline, practicing self-care? Because at the end of the day, we are running businesses. Some of us doing it full time. Some of us just doing it in our spare time. But at the end of the day, still, you can't run around in that cape forever, baby. You got to put it up, hang it up at some degree and take care of the vessel, right? Yeah, she was laughing. Because she know I was telling the truth. She know I was telling the truth. Hey, Joyce. So, yeah, Monica, I got to check on that. Hey, Leah. Hey, Monica, you had CMOS in Cali too? So, yeah, that's where I got my second jar from. But I didn't get my blender yet, so I haven't been able to change it up. Hey, Keish, thanks for joining. Hey, Toya, thanks for joining us over here. So, guys, Keisha and Toya, you guys were in the challenge. Y'all just came off of our previous conversation. Let this one be a good addition to what we were already talking about. So even though what we were talking about over there, if you kind of incorporate some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about tonight, it will really kind of amplify and help what it is that we're already doing. Because even for me, Discipline was hard. It was. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have discipline. What's that? What? Who? What? There was no such thing in my book at the time, right? But I had to learn that, and I really learned this. It ain't like someone taught it to me. It ain't like I learned this growing up. I learned this from reading books. And I learned this from listening to successful people's podcasts. And I'm like, all those successful people talking the same thing. Like, that must be one of the remedies. Toya, it is so hard. I'm trying to tell you, but realistically, the stuff okay, Toya, prime example. Here we go. Better pick it up because I'm about to put it down. Boom. The stuff we talked about on Monday, as far as your mission and your why and all that, that was one of the things that helped me stay focused. But even when I ain't gonna lie and say I don't fall off track sometimes, I do, because I get sidetracked real fast. I get distracted real fast, right? But then I got this little thing walking around here saying stuff like, can you just get this and I pay you back? For one, I know I'm the one that got to pay for the thing. And then for two, I know the money she paying me back with is the money I pay her. So if I run out, ain't none of us gonna be doing that. That is a part of my why, right? So it's funny. It's like those little key reminders. It's like when you don't feel like going anymore, or you want to lay in the bed all day, it's like you can't. It's like something just happens to where you can't. That's not the thing. But the only way for it to become repetitive and for it to become actual routine is like you got to practice. You got to practice. I don't know how y'all that know me, y'all know my story about water. I'm always talk about the story about water because that's my story and that was my truth, right? It was super hard. Speaking of which, the girl got some water right here. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, water wasn't my thing. I was like, pass me the wine, please, or give me a soda. I was a soda person. Coke soda. Oh my God. Those that know me know I had a love affair with Coke soda. I don't know the last time I had a Coke soda. That was my go-to beverage, right? But it was like I was just learning to now adopt new habits into my life in order for me to get rid of the old ones, right? I was replacing them with new ones, but it ain't like it just happened overnight. It really took me to mentally, there we go again. We talked about that, talked about mindset. I got an actual training I'm doing next Thursday, May 5th. Mindset shifts for success. I better get the title right before I get tongue-tied. But that's what it was, right? I had to mentally understand and change my way of thinking about taste. And I had to develop a new taste for the urge to live. So I just stopped eating a lot of things, like things that taste really good. And I started eating things that naturally to me didn't taste good, but it was weird because the things I eat now, growing up, I was like, ugh. Like I would never eat green leafy veggies, like hardly ever, unless they was my grandma greens. Like my grandma, yeah, she would throw down. But unless they was that, like I wasn't eating them. Or like broccoli, avocados. You couldn't get me to eat avocado. That wasn't happening. But it's funny because like these now are the things that I crave. Like I crave these kind of things, but it took a long time. It took me to eat it one time, spit it out. Eat it another time, maybe only spit out half of it. And it just, that's the system and the rhythm it took for me to understand I'm not eating for me to get enjoyment out of this food. Not yet anyway. I'm eating to live. I am eating. I kept saying that to myself. I'm eating to live, eating to live. And it's so funny because I got this concept. I didn't get this concept for no book. I got this concept from my mattress. I had a mattress because I have severe back problems. The people that know me know. So dealing with like a fractured spine, all these things with my back for years, I had to get a mattress. And so the mattress was named Sleep to Live. And I'm like, wow, sleep to live. And at the time, I never really understood the importance of sleep. I'm going to get into that around probably number 8 or number 7. Yeah, I am. But it's about, I love Brussels sprouts. Y'all know I get tongue tied. I love Brussels sprouts. Mushrooms, I ain't too crazy about it. But I put mushrooms in almost everything I cook because I just cut them real little and like saute them. So I do eat mushrooms because I know I need them, but I don't like them, but I eat them. It's too much going on over where. Hey, Joyce, don't talk about this. We've been working on this room since November, girl. We ain't done yet. My chairs don't come till next week. I don't know when the couch is coming and the rest of the tables. I don't know. And guess what? I don't even care. It'll get there. All right, guys. So that's it. Point is, we got to develop and replace bad habits with new habits. And we have to incorporate discipline into our everyday life, not just our businesses, right? Because realistically, how are you going to be disciplined in your business and you're not disciplined in your real life? It really kind of go hand in hand. You are who you are, right? But you can also train yourself to be who you want to be. Because I ain't who I was a couple of years ago. I am not. I'm trying to tell you. But I'm loving who I've trained myself to be today. And I'm looking forward to who I'm training myself to be tomorrow, because I'm not done yet, right? So those of you that are practicing any kind of self-discipline or whatever it was you learned, maybe you ain't incorporated yet, right? But you know it's a super good tip. I want y'all to put that down in the comments, because it may be something that I don't cover here, but guess what? It may be something easily obtainable for someone else to do. So I love when you guys share amongst each other, and somebody else will pick it up like, oh my God, I ain't tried it. I ain't tried it. Okay. All right. So yeah, put it down in the comments. Oh, I got you, Monita. Okay, girl. I understand that. Woo-wee. All right. So first one, I know all of us. I wish it was a clapping emoji or you all right over there, girl? I wish this was snapping fingers emoji, because I know to some degree we all have dealt with this, right? Main thing, and this is one of the biggest things, and that's why it's my number one. Main thing that kind of hinder us and keep us at bay. It kind of it just chokes the crap out of us. But sometimes we don't even realize it because we're so striving for this thing, and it don't exist. If y'all think y'all know what I'm talking about, what is it that we strive for, but it don't exist? I don't really know why they even created this word. Well, I shouldn't have said that, because now somebody gonna know what it is. People that listen to me often, because y'all know I battle with this word. I'm like, they set that up. That's a conspiracy. They set it up. That's right, sunshine. Say it again. Everything you put in your body, let it work for your body. Absolutely. Everything you put in your body should serve a purpose. Should serve a purpose. So the number one thing is avoiding. This is a number one tip. This will probably be my most valuable tip of the evening, is avoiding perfectionism, right? At the end of the day, it don't exist. It don't exist. So many of us just keep saying, you know what? It ain't ready yet. It ain't good enough. It ain't this. It ain't that. But what if it is? What if it is? What if it's good enough to help somebody that's trying to achieve that level? See, you're so focused on it being up here. Baby, you don't need to be up there yet. Let it come down here first. I'm frozen. They be playing with me. But that's my whole thing. Like, so I'm ready to get into it. They be trying to shut me down. Hey, Alicia. I kept calling you Alicia. Alicia, I know it now. So my whole thing is, let's avoid perfectionism, right? Let's just be happy and not necessarily satisfied, because when you're satisfied, you start getting comfortable and complacent. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying be confident enough that it's good just how it is, right? I've been putting out content, tutorials, all that good stuff for the past 3 years. Sometimes I look at my stuff back then like, girl, did you really make that a tutorial? And yeah, I did, because that's what the people asked for. And guess what? It sold, because that was a solution to exactly what they needed at that time. And then when I found ways to enhance it or make it better, I was able to do so. So not only now have I able to strengthen my client retention, because now they see, okay, I bought this thing, okay, she's making it better, and we gonna just get it for free. Now it's like I'm also building my trust factor, right? So it's like whatever you have right now, understand that it's good enough. Not to say get comfortable with it, but don't sit there and not show up because you're like, you wanna know what? Nah, Sally over there, hers is looking so dope. It's gonna make mine look crazy. So Sally got a whole nother audience than you probably. And even if she had the same audience, the whole point is showing up. Do you know how many people, even things ain't perfect? Do you know how many supporters I have just because they see my blood, sweat, and tears? Just because they know I'm always walking with my best foot forward. I'm going to get some things wrong. I tell you that all the time because I just want y'all to know, just in case you ain't here the first time or the 100th time. But when you always walking in integrity, and you always, is like how we just got off the other call, when we were always walking in integrity and we always putting out customer service skills, like making them the best. Hey, train to train. That is the stuff that matters. It's not to say like, you know, you can have Sally over there that she got it all clean, all decked out, but she's whack. She's whack. She don't cater to the people. She don't nurture the people. She just show up like, here, hit this for sale. And you're looking at it like, oh my God, how can I compete with that? Girl, because you got something that Sally ain't got. Boom, boom. Deborah, say it again. Deborah, say it again. I'm trying to tell you, you got something that Sally ain't got. I don't care who teach draping on the face of this earth. I don't care what institution teach draping. Can't nobody do it like me. Y'all already know. Can't nobody do it like me because I'm a whole vibe, right? It's just so much more to it than that. And I know it. But it's not about a thing of, I did turn my cocky up because it was validated by the just the response I get from my tribe, right? So it's like, you wanna know what? You deserve that hat, boo. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me take it. It took me a while because they kept calling me the draping queen for a minute. I'm like, nah, I'm still a work in progress too, boo. But then I was like, nah, they saying that for a reason. Like, let me take that. So at the end of the day, realism is not about being perfect. I never said my draping is perfect, but I know it's dope. I know I'm the best in the world. That don't mean I'm perfect though. I just don't think perfect is a thing. I really don't. Because every day I'm still perfecting my craft or enhancing. Y'all know I even took the word perfecting. If y'all come to my class, don't say I'm here to perfect my craft. And I said it because I'm so used to y'all saying it, but no, we always transition and take it back. And I'm here to enhance my craft because you should never be so comfortable to where you feel like you can't get better, right? I know with me, this is how I think. I think the tool is always learning and always striving to be a better version of where you currently are. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Don't strive for perfection. Don't do that. Just strive for better. Okay, somebody put better in the comments. Y'all are so funny. I love y'all, sunshine. That's right, queen. Alicia, ain't nobody else a precious baby. I'm trying to tell you, there is no other. There was only one place on this earth. There was only one. So, I'm gonna rock her to the fullest because I just love where I am. I love what I do. I love you guys. So better, hello, better. I love it. All right, so perfectionism. We're gonna avoid perfectionism, right? Second thing I wrote is often we will punish ourselves for success. I don't know if y'all picked that up, right? But we will punish ourselves for success. We will punish ourselves for accomplishing. I know at least I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm by myself. But if I ain't by myself, I'm going to see a 2 in them comments. And if you need me to go a little further and deeper into it before you finally agree to understand that this is you too, I will. So this is what I mean. When you are successful, like you have reached a certain plateau, whatever the case may be, or even if you finish something, whatever the case may be, it's like, that's not good enough, right? Or it's like, nah, I got to keep going. Instead of you just basking in the element of you did this thing. Like I even still have troubles doing that, right? And it's funny because I'm learning, and it's funny, we got this little thing because I'm learning even do DACA. We have this little bell. We had this little bell. It was here at home, but it was at the office where if it could be the smallest accomplishment, right? We ring the bell and we celebrate that moment. I don't care if it was me selling a shoestring or me landing a new deal or me getting a new a new student, we always ring the bell. So it's funny because at first I was like, nobody want to do that. Ring the bell. What? But I have adapted to now. It's making me aware that it's an accomplishment. So now I can reference the sound of a bell to I just achieved something. And normally for me, I'm a workaholic. I am, just because that's just my nature. But I am learning to, when I made my set accomplishments for the day or for whatever it is, that's it. Let me now go and enjoy life. Go and enjoy family, go and be a person and take the boss hat off for a little bit, right? So that's like when I say punish yourself for thank you. I'm glad I wasn't by myself. So punishing yourself for success is like not realizing like you did the daggone thing, like celebrate it. I don't care what it is. Even if you, let's just say for 4 weeks straight, you got no potential clients, but here a lot of you guys now, even in this challenge, let's just say, even in this challenge that we're doing, you go and you make the revamps that we talked about, right? Maybe if you don't land a client, but even if you get a potential, right? A potential, that's something you haven't gotten over the past month, that deserves some kind of acknowledgement because you're getting closer to the goal. Sometimes we're so focused on the end result, we lose everything in between. Like, don't none of this matter. It does matter. It does matter. I tell you guys about blessings all the time. Like, you're not going to continuously get them if you don't know what to do with them when they come. So it does definitely matter. So celebrate yourself, sis. And I don't care what it is. If it's making a little, cut it off when you've made your, when you set out to do this thing and you did it, celebrate that. It's good enough. You don't need celebration from, you don't need the awareness from nobody else. You know you did it. You know you accomplished it. Give yourself praise that you did it, right? Give yourself praise that you did it. And when you do this repetitive, it becomes like, it's like now you're setting a different standard for yourself. It's like, now you're not saying, what if I can do this? It's like, I know I can do this. It's just a matter of when. It changes the whole thought pattern, right? What if is no longer a what if, because the psyche of how the mind works and making you think it ain't good enough, that kind of evaporates. It's like, nah, this is going to work. It's just a matter of when. And that's normally how it works for me now. Like any of my thoughts that I have, I know it's going to happen. And I know it's going to be successful because I sowed too many seeds, right? It's just a matter of when they're going to sprout. And that's the only thing. I'm like, all right, well, when is it going to happen? Sometimes I get impatient. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, all right, it's going to happen. But I'm trying to tell you, it always happens at the right, most perfect time. So just trust the process, Quay. Deborah, precious, we thank you for teaching us to keep her. At the end of the day, guys, that's really what it's all about. It's just about not giving up. Like, I don't care what wall you hit. I hit a couple of them. And I'm quite sure I'm going to hit a couple more. But am I going to die? Y'all know that's my words. Am I going to die? Nah, it's like I go around it or whatever the case may be. Like, all right, ooh, you thought you took me down, but you didn't. Ooh. Resiliency is key. I'm trying to tell you, resiliency is key. So number 3 is, this is a big one too. This is kind of similar to what I was just saying, but you have to learn when to switch off. And I know for us, it's hard. It's really hard because we're running around, we wearing these capes, these superwomen save a day. I get it. Like we're wearing so many hats, not only in our business, but also in our life, right? We're moms, we're wives, we are teachers. Some of us working 9 to 5s. Like we are doing the daggone thing. But when it's about taking care of yourself and disciplining yourself, you have to always go back to realistically, what is that big vision? And unless you incorporate some kind of discipline and learn when to cut things off, you're always going to be overworked, overwhelmed, and not too happy. I'm just trying to tell you. So at the end of the day, you have to learn when to shut that off. And even sometimes for me, it don't happen every day. Because sometimes I just got targets. I got to hit this. I got to hit this. I'm not there yet. But the successful people that I talk to or I hear from or that I listen to, because ain't like I know that a lot. I ain't going to sit here in front. It ain't like I can just call up Oprah. Hey, because that's the kind of level of success that inspires me. So, but even these guys that I listen to, that's able to really have those 4-hour work days, it really is a real thing. But they are the true meaning of running an empire, being managers, right? Because the true, and it's funny, we were talking about this yesterday. The true meaning of management is getting other people to do the work. That's what it's about. But we running around here like a chicken with our head cut off because we want to do all the things. Why? Why? Because it's your baby. You scared somebody gonna mess it up. You scared, girl. Let somebody else do that. That way you could focus on your money generating activities. Guys, I did this yesterday, right? And even though normally my first thing I do every morning is always a money generating activity. Always, like I have to do that before I do anything else. I don't care if it's sending an email, sending a text, creating a graphic that something is going to happen or something that I know is going to generate money. It always have to be a money generating task. And once I get that out the way, I kind of go to my other two. And normally those other, if I could get 3 big tasks done a day. Now, this is my same story I've been saying for the past few years because that's all I focus on. Now, I can busy myself up with a lot of other things, but 9 times out of 10, the 3 things that's on my priority list, even though they're 3 things, they have a lot of sub activities under them, right? So if I could get them done and completed, I'm good. Everything else, that could wait. Because I don't want to go home. And sometimes it happens, but my goal is to never go home so exhausted, so just out of it, where I'm not eating dinner, that I've been there a lot of times. And I'm just that frustrated and just want to go straight to bed. Like, who want to lay next to that? So that's like never the goal. So it's like focusing realistically on my top 3, making sure I get those done, and then me being done, right? Me being done. Now my goal is for me to be out the office. Like I am hardly in the office like I used to be. So it's like, okay, I'm learning this management thing and I'm kind of liking it. Like just hire the people that's good at what they do so I can get to what I like doing, which is stuff like this. Right. So that definitely learn when to switch off, right? Number 4 is, and this really never was my thing. So, but I know it happens a lot. And I've seen this happen a lot, just me working one-on-one with clients and just me working with people. Don't schedule stuff the last minute. Don't schedule stuff the last minute. Like I can't explain how irky for me that is. Like even I can't explain. I don't know. Cause I'm just so far in advance. Like I like whatever it is, I like it to be done ahead of time because life be throwing some curveballs and I don't know what's going to happen and what can prevent me from finishing the target because life can happen. I could have got a flat. I probably got to run to the school, or I don't feel well. I got a headache. Anything can happen. So it's like you can't sit there and plan things the last minute because you have to allow time for life to happen. And if life don't happen, guess what? Then you early, boo. Ain't nothing wrong with being early. I'm just saying. Now, I'm just trying to tell you, planning things. Who on this broadcast save things for the last minute? Now, be honest though. You ain't by yourself. Be honest. Oh, so everybody here plan in advance. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I swear, I don't believe it. Thank you, Elise. Wait a minute. Which one you agree? Wait a minute. About planning last minute? I think that's what y'all agreeing to. And I totally get it because sometimes when you are so far behind, or it seems like you're so far behind because you just got this laundry list of things that you got to do. I totally get it, right? Because that's just life. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, Trina. I was like, okay, last minute planning. And you want to know what's funny? Some people, though, it takes a special person, baby. It takes I am not one of them. Now, I work great under pressure. I don't know what it is about it, but I can get in there, finagle some stuff, bam. But afterwards, oh, I'm hot. Somebody, so some heads gonna get knocked off about that. I don't, because I don't like to operate that way. It's like a adrenaline rush, and for some people, they work extremely well that way. Like my bestie, she works. So she's not really she is a last minute planner. Yes, she is. And but guess what? She works extremely well that way. She works extremely well that way. And it's funny because we the total opposite. Like I need to know if we planning something in December, I want to get all the details out right now. Her, she like, all right, yeah, I'll give you the update, the details in November. What? I can't live life like that. I can't. I don't know. I tried not to be, but it doesn't happen. Why you have to bust my business out? I planned something last minute, but I try to do stuff ahead. I get it because honestly, guys, half of the universe is like that. I don't know what it is. I think it's just especially now, we're in this microwave world where everything is instant and things are just moving so fast. So unless you really have the discipline, you're not really able to plan in advance that way. And I think for me, I think that's just really some rooted stuff with me of just how some of my insecurities, right? Of just not knowing what's going to happen and just that I just now that I am in control of the outcome, that can't happen. So it's like now that I am in control, we're not going to have a surprise. Or if we have a surprise, then okay, bam, here's the contingency plan. It's just, I don't know. That's just how I am wired. And I am always got like 3 irons in the fire. I don't know what that is, but it works really, really well for me. And when I bring on team members, and I don't know, like they some people just can't grasp that I'm already living and planning out 2023, right? According to how things are going, but you have to leave room for anything can happen. Or let's just say that's my plan, but let's just say, hey, that wasn't God's plan. So you got to leave room for that. But at least I have a focus on where I'm going. I need it. I just need it. That's just me. That's just me. Deborah, I get some people work so great under pressure, and I do too, but I don't like it. I just like, I'm going to get it done because in that minute, I am only focused on the solution. And everything I'm doing is adding to making sure we excel in whatever it is we're doing. But afterwards, some heads going to roll because that should never, for me in my camp, that should never be the case. If that's happening, someone dropped the ball. And I just don't like operations that way because that's not how I roll. So that's why it's important to find people or teams or whatever it is that's in alignment with how you roll. Otherwise, this is going to be friction. Like, don't slam something on my desk and like this is due in 2 hours. What? That ain't happening. And y'all know how I am now. I'm like, I ain't doing that. That's just how it is. I'm like, I ain't doing it. All right. Number 5, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I do this all the time. I do. And it's funny because it takes me a while to realize, not really a while, but it takes me to be aware of that's what I'm doing. Or somebody in the house or like, they'll just give a look or something, right? And it's funny because even my oldest son used to do the same thing. And the thing is, having that downtime anxiety, right? It's like you really don't have nothing to do, but you just need to busy yourself up just because you feel like you ain't got nothing to do. Baby, that's me. That is so me. I'm so much better now because I'm working on this little discipline thing. So now if I have nothing to do, that's when you guys will see me enjoying my family time. Like the family will go out. I'll go. Kayla don't really roll with us like that no more because she's getting older, but we'll take Kayla out or her friends, like we'll take the girls out or we'll go on a date. And that's just a part of living life and just celebrating a successful week or just celebrating where you are, just celebrating living, baby, having breath in your body. But I always was like, even when the kids had chores, guys, I kid you not. It was so funny because my oldest son he would say this all the time. I would come home or whatever, like if they already in there and they would have a chore list
and everything will be done. But I just be he like, you just looking for stuff. He like, look at you. You just looking for stuff. Cause I don't know. I need butts wiggling. But even with me, right? Like if I'm finished, not necessarily now, but this was one of my struggles. If I'm done, I would always run to something else. Like, oh, you want to know what? But it wasn't even due till 6 months from now. But let me start working on this, just because for me, that was a form of productivity, or that's what I thought it was. It wasn't. It was me being overwhelmed and overworked and not really realizing. I just was busying myself up. So I'm like, I got this free time. Like, what I'm going to do? And sometimes I still struggle with that, just being totally honest. I do not like idle time, because I just feel like time is counted for. And it's like, I could be doing something. Like I really could be doing something. It's hard for me to sit still. That's why I tell you guys, it's hard for me to read a book, like actually flip a page and read a book. I listen to my books on Audible. I don't know. I think I'm just in this like rat race, because I feel like my first half of life was nothing like this half. And I just trying to do as much as I can and experience as much as I can in this half, because in this half, I'm creating change in other people's lives and other people's, I'm creating impact. This stuff is meaningful. Not to say my first half wasn't, but my first half was trial and error. The most impactful things I did in my first half was my children, right? But everything else, it was trial and error. I was figuring it out, baby. Nope, I don't like that. I did this. No, I don't like that. I did this. I don't like that. Book dropping May 30th. Y'all may want to pick it up. And I'm just trying to tell you, this half is more purposeful, because I'm actually creating impact in people's lives. So it's like, I just feel sometimes I get overwhelmed. Like, no, I can't rest now. I can't rest now. I can't rest now. I don't deserve to rest. But in retrospect, I do, right? I do, because I still have a family. I'm still human. I'm still a girl. They're like doing things. So at the end of the day, it's like that take discipline. And that's not something I knew about. Hey, Cindy, girl, where you been at? That's not something that I grasped early on. Like it really took time, and it really took awareness and realizing what was important. Is what I do important? Yeah, it is. But it's also still important to raise a family, and have an actual life that's fulfilling, right, within itself. So just creating that balance. And for me, balance is not probably what everybody else tell y'all. Y'all hear me say it all the time. I don't think balance is you spend 8 hours here, 8 hours there. That don't exist. I'm trying to tell you, it don't. But I really realize or think that when you're going full throttle with career and business, you need to tell the other counterparts that's involved. Your spouse is involved. They need to know. Look, baby, for the next 2 weeks, I call it underground. When I know I'm ready to hit it head on, I got a launch coming, I'm coming home late, I'm about to go underground. And we have that understanding, right? But if we didn't, then it probably would like, oh, you coming home late again. So it's like, it's ways that you can, I call it balance, because everyone is in communication. When Kayla got things going on, like she want to go party with the girls or whatever, Kayla, look, can't hijack my evening. You can't tell me, well, I just tell y'all 10 minutes ago, you can't tell me last minute, but I need to go here. No, you don't. I already had something planned, right? Because it was already in my agenda 14 months ago, what I was doing today. So I'm trying to tell you, my moves are so calculated. They are. But oh my God, Cindy, I miss you, girl. You in hacker mode. Oh Lord, I'm trying to tell you. But that's one of the things, right? Creating balance for whatever balance is for you. And balance is whatever it is amongst your family. Don't sit up here and let these people tell you, you could just sleep 6 hours and you could go to work for 8 and then you spend, don't let these people tell you how to run your household. Because if I need to work 20 hours any given day, and I need to spend a family time with 2, and I need to sleep for 2, that's what I'm going to do, because that's what required at that moment. But my balance is balancing it out over a period of time, because y'all know the girl go on vacations for a week at a time all the time, because that's the moments I'm like, you know what, I pushed hard, now this is my settle down time. I'm shutting down, I'm cutting off. So for me, that's my balance, right? But for someone else, that probably wouldn't work for them. But for me, in my household, that works for us. It's like, I'm a push. If I got something happening, I'm a push, because I know once it launch, I'm off to the races. So 9 times out of 10, if you guys notice my pattern, I'll have a launch, and then the day it launch or whatever it is, I'm on vacation. So I like it like that, because I'm on vacation, and the launch is actually making the money while I'm on vacation. So it makes it so much more enjoyable. If that makes sense, it makes it so much more enjoyable. So definitely don't have the downtime anxiety. So the next one is, and we almost wrapping up, guys. Oh, this one I had to learn too, right? Because I'm a procrastinator. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not too much right now, because I realized, especially me being ahead of everything I got going on, I had to learn the hard way, because stuff would catch up with me, right? But the main tip is, your most hated task, don't leave it for the end of the day. I know you may wake up, you're like, I don't feel like doing that. I'll do it before I come home. Don't have that mentality, baby. I'm gonna try to tell you the reason why. You ain't gonna do it when you come home. You're not. It's 9 times out of 10 it's gonna get put on the back burner again, to the next day, to the next day, to the next day, to the next day. Now, and this is what I have adopted, and it's working for me. I'm not saying it's the rule of all, but it's working for me. So my form of self-discipline with things I don't like doing, I delegate it to someone else, right? And I hold them accountable, because it still got to get done. Or I do it first thing. It's on the first of my agenda. So sometimes when I go to the office, and you guys will see me in the truck or whatever, and I'm like, all right, we gotta go see what's first at hand. It's like, because whatever that monster is, that beast is, I gotta get that sucker out the way. Because that way, if I get it out the way, my day becomes a lot more enjoyable, because it's not sitting on my shoulders. But if I don't get it out the way, it's going to sit on my shoulders the entire time, because now I'm thinking about, oh my God, I got to leave home. I got to go home. And sometimes it could be, I got to stop at UPS, or I got to do this, or I got to stop at the market. Like, nah, I cannot put that thing off to the end of the day, because it won't get done. Because if y'all know me, y'all know your girl, I don't like stopping. I don't like going to stores. I don't do nothing that's manual. Like with these hands, I ain't doing it. So it's like, when it comes, especially if I gotta get out of a car, like, things are so convenient now. I hate getting out of a car. I don't know what it is. And y'all know, for one, I hardly drive. Now that I gotta go to the office, I drive. But if it wasn't for me having to go to my office, y'all know when I had my office here at the house, I never left the house. I think I put maybe 400 miles on my car for the whole year. I never go anywhere, right? I just don't. But now that I physically have to go to the office, like if I have something that's at hand and whatever it is, I do it soon as I get there, because otherwise it won't get done. Because 9 times out of 10, my time is going to be hijacked with so much other things that may be more pressing or may come up, like that last minute stuff, and I'm not going to do it. So definitely do not don't put the last thing or the thing that you don't like. Don't put that off till last. Don't just do it. Like what they call it, eat the frog. Eat the frog. Oh, that's what you're talking about. It was hat. Oh, Lord. She said her Elizabeth Pope. Cindy, don't start. All right, guys. So now we have, this is a big one. I know I keep saying that, right? Because they are important. They just things I've learned. Discipline, self-discipline. And I think I've talked about this a couple times, but now I kind of got it down to a science a little bit. But guys, don't skip your meals. Like I'm trying to tell you, that commercial, that whole Snickers commercial, that is really real. Like how they turn into an animal and they haven't had no food or they haven't had a Snickers. I'm trying to tell you, it's funny because you don't realize how agitated and how aggravated you get
when you are hungry, but we in work mode, so we don't really realize we're hungry, right? We don't really realize it. And it's funny because I don't think I've realized it as much as I do now, or like, as much as I have in the recent time, because somebody can call you, like, or I'm just telling you my story. Doc will call me before he comes to the office. Are you gonna bring something to eat? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Then he'll get him something to eat. It get to smelling good. And come in and smelling good. And of course, y'all know what we do. We digging in the food or whatever. This sucker turned into a whole beast. And I'm like, well, I will get you. I will tell you what you want. I get you what you want. Blah, blah, blah. But we in working mode. We ain't thinking about no food. We thinking about getting this project done, right? So it's funny because I first noticed it when I would notice how he would act with no food. And then he would bring it to my attention how I would be agitated if I didn't have no food. So one of the things I would do, because I'm just not a snacker. That's just not something I do. But now one of the things I would do, and even early on, what I would do last year, I think, was it last year? Yeah, I had like a garden in my yard. And so I would go out there every morning. I would go out there and get peppers and things out my garden just so I could eat a balanced breakfast, right? I still was eating healthy last year. I was eating a balanced breakfast. And guys, I just felt more energized. I really, really did. And then I kind of fell off with the eating. And I don't know, no, it wasn't last year. It was the year before last because COVID wasn't even in effect. It was the year before last. I was still nice and thin. I don't know what happened. That COVID weight came, baby. I don't know. But then, like, I stopped with my little healthy eating and then got into this rhythm of just randomly eating whatever it was. COVID happened, put my little 20 pounds on, and I just didn't, without even noticing, I was eating chicken boxes. I was eating stuff that I couldn't even eat before. Like I couldn't even tolerate. Like if I would see somebody with some mashed potatoes, that was like the most disgusting thing to me because I had developed this new mindset of eating to live. So when I would see this soul food stuff I grew up on and loved, I was turned off of it. Like mac and cheese, like, oh my God. But it was crazy. That's that Southern living for you, boy. I fell back in love with mac and cheese and mashed potatoes, and I'm like, oh my God. But now, like to the office, like I have a whole drawer that has like nuts and things like that I should be eating through the course of the day because when I'm at the office, I won't eat. I won't. But I have I fell in love with TikTok videos that have like I love fruit, but they have like, they make it all cute with the little containers of the berries and they got to make all that noise like, I'm like, y'all ain't got to do all that because y'all going to make me go buy this stuff. And they did. TikTok made me do it. So I would line like the refrigerators up with that. But one thing I can say about that is I found my mood to be a lot more stable, right? It just was like, all right, like I'm not hungry because I would eat fruit. I just would eat throughout the course of the day, even if I wasn't eating a meal. The important thing is your body needs energy, right? So I would feed it like energetic things. I would do like just regular avocados, like, and the point is when I transitioned to this and was disciplined with like eating this way, I found that I had a boost in early morning energy. Like, and it's weird because I never really had that. I would lay in the bed till 10, whatever time, because I just didn't handle energy. So it's like, don't skip meals. I know it's easier to say than do. It really is, but don't do it because for one, your brain needs food, your body needs food, everything needs it, right? And even now, like if I take a break, if I'm at the office and I take a break and I just get up, sometimes I'll just get up and go over there and play with the other ladies, like just to have that monotony of humanism and not feeling like I'm a robot glued to a computer, just going full force. I'll go over there just to break the monotony and to just boost my energy because we'll crack jokes or whatever the case may be. And it could be maybe for 10 minutes, but it really gives me like a surge of energy to where when I come back and on the other side of the office, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's dig back in, right? So it's like you have to, this is discipline stuff. And when I'm glued to the seat, guys, it would be so easy for me to be just there until there. Like you would probably have to hold my eyelids open with straws. Like I just was there. So this is like the stuff that's just not helpful to your lifestyle. It's not helpful to your body. It's not helpful to your relationships. It's not helpful to your business. It's not helpful to your customers. Y'all know you may think you know, I gotta get it, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. But when you're operating and you're low on fuel, like nobody is really benefiting when you're that low. They're really not. So definitely do not skip your meals. And the last thing, this one I put on here, realistically, I only put this on here because this was one way that I was even able to launch my business, right? And a lot of times when I talk to potential clients that want to probably get into my coaching program, a lot of things they say is, I don't have time. I'm like, okay, this ain't the program for you. Because realistically, we are designing things so where you have to find the time. So the main thing with this is you got to find the hidden time, right? I know we talk about the course of our day and how we get up and we're dealing with the kids and we're dealing with work and then we're dealing with life again and then we're dealing with the kids again and then we only have a little bit of time to work on our business. And I get it because realistically that seems to be real. But at some point in time, depending on how bad you want it, you have to be willing to sacrifice. And when I say sacrifice, I mean sacrifice by any means, because if you know what the mission is and you know what the vision is, this should be priority. Because if it's not priority, your day-to-day that you're unhappy in, that's going to be your forever. Period. It's going to be your forever. So when I say find the hidden time, when I was launching my business, at first it was real lax. So I was able to do work on my job, right? Because my job, how I was like, we in June, my whole calendar is planned out all the way to December. Like my job was so lax because I just was so well prepared and planned in advance. And I was just, it's like I bought myself time. So I would just go to work every day realistically with nothing to do. So I was working on my business, right? But then when we had a surge, a shift, we just had a change in the mental health field when they first merged with mental health merged with substance abuse. It was a really big thing back in like 2016, 2017. It was a really big thing. Made a lot of organizational shifts. So it was starting to be a little more demanding for me. I'm like, so at that time, my dream and my vision became more prevalent because I was like, I can't do this no more. I don't want to do this no more because now it's not as comfortable. I don't have all the perks, right? So I would get up earlier just to work on my business. And because now I knew when I get to work, they really want me to do some work. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So I said, we got to put this thing in full motion real fast. And I think that started, I think I was only in that mode maybe 6 months before I finally quit because I was really diligent and making sure. Not like I can't even say making sure. I could just say working hard at it because I still didn't know. Even when I quit my job, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what the heck was going to go on, but I knew all that energy that they was demanding from me and I was giving them. Nah, I ain't doing that no more. Let me do that for myself. And I knew I was determined to win. And when I say find the hidden time for me was getting up early, working on my business while everybody else sleep, before the kids get up, whatever it is. Or when the kids out there on the field, working on my business, right? When I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner, working on my business, right? When everybody sleep, because they got to go to school, got to go to work, working on my business. So when I say find the hidden time because it's there. It may require you no sleep, but I would have rather not sleep for none of the 6 months I was doing this to be where I am today. It would have made it all worth it. So you have to find the hidden time. I know it seems like it's not there. It'll never happen. But realistically, there are pockets of time. When you're in the car, like right now, I'm still on my personal development and trying to always just get to a higher level of vibration. Sometimes when I'm home, it's hard to do that. I got a lot of projects in here. So soon I hit the door, I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do next. But when I'm in that car, I ain't got nothing to do but listen. So why not put on an Audible book and enrich my brain, right? Enrich my thinking. And whatever has happened that day that may have me flustered, I just turn on something positive and I immediately am able to shift to a higher vibration. So that part, train the train. What you say, Gabe? That part, like find the time. I know you feel like it's not time or you feel like you're spreading yourself so thin now, but think about it.
You're spreading yourself so thin now, but what's the purpose or what's the goal? If you're able to spread yourself thin for that, why you can't spread yourself thin to get your business to where you want it to be? Because if you keep doing exactly what you're doing, it's going to stay exactly where it is. Until you do something different is the only way you're going to create shift and create dynamic for it to change. It could be for the better. It shouldn't be for the worse if you don't put in more energy and effort into it, right? But the only way it's going to change is if you do something different, baby. That's all I want to say. So my name is Precious Stevens of the Posh Academy. And what I do, I believe designers deserve more money, and I help them get it. That's all I have, guys, for next month. Our focus for Posh Late Night Biz is we're talking about pricing. We're talking about raising your profits. But for if anything, if you feel as if you can benefit from, from a group mentoring program, definitely, I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm just gonna put it here just as an invite because we start May 1st. We start May the 1st. May the 1st is a Planning and Profit relaunches. It's Planning and Profit 2.0. And that is training. This is what I was telling you about. That is group membership program where you receive exclusive intensive training. Now, this is just fluff. This is really just me giving you tips. But it's not me giving you tips. It's me giving you strategy. Tips is a totally different thing from strategy. Tips is like, oh, you could do this and you could do that. Strategy is the step-by-step framework to get to the ultimate goal. So we're starting with May, mindset shifts for success. Super, super, super important because if you're mentally not in a place where you can be ready for the next comma, I don't care what nobody tell you. You ain't going to be prepared for it. So mentally get yourself prepared by joining me in Planning the Profit. First exclusive training is May the 5th. And like I said, the training is exclusive. It's exclusive training. The training is mindset shifts for success. So definitely join me if you can. Wait a minute, you're not in there yet? All right, Trina, I got you. I got you. I got you, Trina. I got you. So, guys, that's all I have. I'm super, super excited for relaunching Plan the Profit 2.0. That is my group membership program. It is exclusive. It is intimate, and you get raw, uncut, in your face strategy, and you get eyeballs and audits on your business to figure out what is going on. So, Deborah, would you stop robbing yourself? Take the time to collect. I like that, girl. Say it again. Find the hidden time to work on you and organizing yourself. Deborah, say it again. Say it louder for the people in the back. At the end of the day, one thing I want to leave you guys with, coming from where I've come from, it's so easy to blame all the elements around what's happening, right? It's easy to blame where you come from. It's easy to blame not having any resources. It's easy to blame growing up poor. It's easy to blame growing up to or being birthed to drug addicted parents. It's easy to blame growing up in the projects. At the end of the day, all that is a part of your journey. When you take ownership and where you're going and you actually implement the things that's required to get to where you want to go, is the only time you're going to see change. If you want to use those things as a crutch, by all means you can, but get comfortable where you are. But if you're ready for change, not even just in my membership, I mean, join somebody's membership, but make sure that they have receipts, make sure that they are at a level that you aspire to be, make sure they have strategy, to make sure they have methodology and how they're actually going to help you, other than just saying, this is what I'm going to do. So that's all I got, guys. I want to thank you for joining me for Posh Late Night Biz. As usual, for our May wrap up, we went for our April wrap up. We went 4 weeks in April, and May we're going to be there for 4 weeks as well, talking about pricing. But that's it. Trina, send me a message now because I got to make sure that you have access. Guys, have an amazing night. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Love you. Be blessed. Y'all over here on TikTok. Wait a minute. So I really did the TikTok thing. This is funny. I really did the TikTok thing just to kind of get